What's going on, fight fans? Well, the great Cecilia Braekhus finally failed and suffered her first defeat last night at the hands of Jessica McCaskill in Oklahoma. I caught the fight. Actually, I did catch it last night, but I didn't do a video on it. I wanted to get up and watch it again with some fresh eyes and kind of take in what we saw. I picked Cecilia to win this fight by UD. But I was wrong, and Jessica McCaskill pulls out a majority decision. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. Let me start with Jessica. The pros would be she was very game. She was throwing hard punches. She said that she wanted to kind of go in and bully Cecilia, and that was going to be her game plan. And I think that she followed through with her game plan. I would say brilliantly, or as they had it planned. The cons, I don't really give her any cons because I think that she followed a game plan that she wanted to go by. Moving on to Miss Cecilia. Let me see the pros. I don't really have a lot of pros for Cecilia because I was pretty disappointed with the way that she fought. So I'll hit the cons. She seemed to be not excited, not motivated. She looked to me just, kind of blah going into the ring. And when she was in the ring, she did not follow her usual game plan, which is sticking behind the jab and boxing. She seemed intent for some reason to keep moving forward and trying to slug with Jessica, and that's why she kept getting hit with those right hands that Jessica was throwing. Basically, Jessica's game plan was to come in with her head down and throw overhand rights. And Cecilia just kept getting hit with them, particularly that one in the fifth round that I thought would have stunned her, but somehow she walked through it. Cecilia just didn't. This is the first time I've ever done a video on her where I really have nothing but cons. I mean, she just did not seem to be there. And I thought that only for about 3 of the rounds, she looked like the old Cecilia, sticking with the jab, moving her feet, moving her head, and boxing. For some reason, in rounds 9 and 10, she went back to what she did the first few rounds, where she was just trying to go in and slug it out with Jessica. And it cost her first loss. Now, I didn't score the fight. I just scored it with my eyes. My eyes told me that it was a draw. That's why when the first judge card came out and it was a draw, I was in agreement with that. But I guess, I don't really have a big argument with the other two judges giving it to Jessica. Let's move on and talk about what happens from here. For Jessica McCaskill, obviously, it sounds like it may be Katie Taylor. It sounds like whoever won this fight was going to fight the winner of Katie Taylor Parsoon's 2 next week, particularly Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor would come up in weight and fight whoever the winner was. So as far as Jessica goes, I think her fighting Katie again would be, I'm happy for her, but I don't see it going any different than the first time. I think that Katie Taylor will beat her again because I think Katie, who's a little younger, will come in more disciplined than Cecilia was. As for my girl Cecilia, I think the next thing for her is retirement. When the card, when it was announced, I thought, well, maybe she'll say, hey, you know what? I want a rematch. I overtrained for this fight. I wasn't well rested. But to be honest, if you watch the fight, Cecilia just seems to be done. The commentators were mentioning that earlier in the year, she was thinking about retirement. We all know that whenever a boxer or a player in any sport starts talking about retirement, they technically already have one foot out the door. Cecilia didn't even look. We know she's always smiling and she's always positive, but she didn't even look like very disappointed in losing. She didn't make any excuses. She was very respectful and congratulative to Jessica, but she didn't even seem like agitated or upset, or she just was, I just want to congratulate her. And if this is my last time, it's been great. I think Cecilia's done. To be honest, as much as I love Cecilia, I already if she'd have got past this fight, I already was picking against her if she fought Carissa Shields at 154 or Katie Taylor at welterweight. I already had Cecilia losing. The last 2 or 3 fights, Cecilia has not looked like the great fighter that we've known in the past. She's slowing down. Her age is starting to show, and I just don't think that fire is there anymore. But I guess we'll see, what happens. Coming off of a loss, your emotions are there, and maybe she may change her mind in the end. But I think what's next for her is retirement, and after that, the Hall of Fame, and then after that, us placing her somewhere in women's boxing history of where we have her ranked, whether she's the first, the third, the fifth, or the 10th best female fighter of all time. Pretty much, fight fans, that was it. It was good to see some boxing. It is kind of weird to watch boxing in the middle of the street with no fans. No one cheering. I mean, this kind of an upset would have gotten cheers from the crowd. But it's kind of odd, not seeing that. But hey, that's just the times we living in now. That's all I got. Give me your thoughts on it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Talk to me on Twitter. Talk to me right here on YouTube. And because I love to get some boxing talk in. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll let y'all later.